Hey Spartans, today is April 19th. We hope you all had a good first week back from spring break. I'm Carson.
And I'm Tyler. Today we have a special episode for you. The Channel 101 staff would like to show our support for our Asian students and community members.
Our hearts go out to anyone who has been impacted by recent attacks and the military takeover in Burma. We also want everyone to know what is going on in these situations, as well as how to support others in times of tragedy and unrest.
We need to be aware that many of our classmates are processing what it means to be Asian or an Asian American right now in our country.
Instances like last week, we just have to educate ourselves. I would argue that a lot of the things that happen with racism and just hate crimes, it stems and it comes from fruition due to ignorance. People don't take the time out of the day to recognize that the person that they see is more than just the color of their skin.
On March 16th, a series of mass shootings occurred at 3 spas and massage parlors in the metropolitan area of Atlanta, Georgia. 8 people were killed, 6 being Asian women. Anti-Asian hate crimes have increased by nearly 150% in major U.S. cities, according to the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism.
A lot of individuals have been targeting Asian Americans because of the idea that COVID originated from Wuhan, China. If you take those two things into account, especially with the 8 victims within the past week, you see a very exponential trend in Asian hate crimes, and we're here to combat that.
A group of equity groups based in Southwest Michigan, including BC Collective, Big Homies, Students for Equity, the Burma Center, and Truth Racial Healing and Transformation, held a vigil for racial healing at the Burma Center on March 28th.
We gather here this evening to mourn the lives lost due to white supremacy and hate crimes within the past 12 months across many communities, but centering the anti-Asian violence. When there is an injustice to one, there is an injustice to all. And if one of us is hurting, then we are all hurting.
Even though they made it here to the United States of America, where the American dream is the reason that everybody comes, there's still so many instances of Asian hate and discrimination. For me personally, I'm one of the student leaders for Students for Equity, which is a branch off of People for Equity, which is based within Lakeview. Students for Equity essentially is Harper Creek, Battle Creek, Lakeview, and Battle Creek Central coming together and doing events like these, kind of raising awareness about a lot of the hate crimes that have been on the rise.
I think that the event went really well tonight. I think that a lot of community members, students, community leaders, founders of organizations, business owners, teachers, so many people showed up in all different areas and sectors within our community.
Due to ignorance, people don't take the time out of the day to recognize that the person that they see is more than just the color of their skin. Rather, it's a unique person, somebody with a life. So if we take time out of our day to kind of learn about cultures, learn about people around the world, then I think we'll open our hearts a little more and we'll have a little less hate.
Students for Equity is always looking for members who are willing to step up and combat racial discrimination both near and far.
If you are interested in joining Alex Ong in this necessary work, please email him or see Mrs. Hinna or Miss Fox.
The Student Burmese Club also welcomes new members at any time. With the military coup in Burma, many of our community members need support as they are cut off from family and friends while they worry about their well-being.
The current situation in Burma has affected me very deeply as a Burmese American living in America carefree. In America, if we feel endangered or we need help, we call 911 because it's their job to keep peace and protect citizens and properties. But what do we do when the police are the ones we're running away from? To hear and see that my people are suffering without me being able to do anything to help them angers and saddens me.
Just hearing the news, I guess it just make you want to cry, that even though we are blessed and fortunate enough to be here, we still have family and friends who are still there.
Myanmar was ruled by the armed forces from 1962 until 2011, when we finally were set free from the horrible ruling of a dictator.
Just the thought of they will be back in that era of times of the dictatorships, where people will not have like voices, like right now, what's happening with like the internet being cut down and social media being cut down, and all the media that controlled by the governments are like a lie to like the war. So it's just like people are unable to express or like have their voice heard.
On February 1st, 2021, the military declared a year-long state of emergency after a general election where Ms. Aung San Suu Kyi, the state councillor, and LD Party won by a landslide. The military-backed opposition demanded a rerun of the vote, claiming widespread fraud. The coup occurred as the new session of parliament was set to open. As of right now, Military Commander-in-Chief Min Aung Hlaing has taken power. They have shot and killed over 200 people, torturing them in the most inhuman ways.
I see like 13 years old, 16 years old getting killed, kids, even just to take the trash out, they get shot. We never expected it to happen again. It's just a lot of frustrations, like they're accusing and killing innocent people, and it's just like not right. I don't know. It's just maddening, and it's just very sad.
When I first heard of the news, I felt very helpless, and like I was thinking to myself, like what could I do to help them? I can't do anything from here. But then like after the internet and everything got cut off, I thought to myself, like if I post on social media and just spread awareness to spread it more like worldwide, that could possibly help more people there.
With the internet's cut off, we are not able to get in contact with family members back in Burma. And not knowing what will happen to them any second, any minute, is a feeling no one can ever describe. To me, being Burmese means to be dignified. It means to be taught respect and obedience. It means to be courageous and versatile. Being Burmese now means to fight for justice and stand alongside our brothers and sisters.
We will be creating a GoFundMe called Students for Civil Disobedience Movement to support the workers who are on strike. People can also help by spreading awareness, by sharing it on social media, watch and be updated on the news, and honestly just be there for the Burmese community. I think we need to continue being open-minded, being aware of what's happening around us to understand the extent of which this historical monument will impact millions of lives in the future. Martin Luther King said that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Whatever affects one directly affects us all indirectly.
Burmese Club meets over Zoom every other Friday from 3 to 3:30. Those meetings started back up last Friday, and the club could really use help collecting donations.
For more information on how to donate or get involved, visit the links in this video description or talk to Monica Moy or Rosie Zune. We have also linked the full video for the vigil held at the Burma Center on March 20th.
That is all for us today, Spartans. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Carson. Have a great week, everyone, and be safe.